Hey there, and welcome to Newark, New Jersey for another trip report. I've just arrived at Terminal A on an Air Canada Express flight from Montreal, and here I'll be transferring onto a United Airlines flight to Dublin, Ireland. For this flight, I'll be in economy class on one of United's Boeing 767-400ERs. Newark Liberty International Airport is made up of 3 terminals named A, B, and C. Terminal A is used for flights within North America from airlines such as Air Canada, Delta, American, and JetBlue, along with a limited number of flights for United, while Terminal B is used for international foreign carriers, some United Airlines international flights, and low-cost airlines like Spirit and Sun Country. Terminal C is used exclusively for United Airlines and United Express, and that's where my flight to Dublin is departing from this evening. Transferring from Terminal A to Terminals B or C is a fairly easy process, though it's unfortunately not walkable. Newark Airport has an elevated air train system that runs between the terminals outside of the secure area, but for those making airside connections like myself, there's a shuttle service between the terminals that runs on the secure side, meaning you don't have to re-clear security. You can grab this shuttle on the lower level of Terminal A near gate A28, and the ride to Terminal C is just over 5 minutes. The shuttle stop at Terminal C is on Concourse C1, and my gate for today is C120 on Concourse C3, which is about a 10-minute walk away. Over the past 2 decades, Newark's 3 terminals have undergone some major renovations, with the new spaces being super modern, clean, and easy to navigate, offering a much improved customer experience to what some may remember of the old Newark Airport. Since United and Air Canada are partner airlines, the transfer process from an Air Canada to a United flight is super simple, as I was able to check in for both flights on my itinerary when I checked in with Air Canada in Montreal, and my checked luggage is automatically transferred here in Newark, so I don't need to collect and recheck it. Taking a look at the aircraft taking me across the Atlantic to Dublin this evening, parked on the far left end of the lineup, I'll be on board this 21-year-old Boeing 767-400ER that was first delivered to Continental Airlines in April 2002, and then transferred to United in November 2011 during the merger of the 2 airlines. As of May 2024, United operates a fleet of 53 Boeing 767s, with 16 of the longer -400 variant. This longer version of the 767 was only ever purchased by Delta and United, with all 37 that were manufactured still in service today. With boarding getting underway, United has a fairly long-winded boarding hierarchy, so settle in. The process starts with pre-boarding for active duty military, global services, and United Premier 1K members, families with young children, and those who need extra time to get on board. The rest of the passengers are divided into boarding groups, starting with Group 1 for United Premier Platinum and Gold members, Star Alliance Gold members, and United Polaris Business Class passengers. Group 2 for United Premier Silver, Star Alliance Silver, travelers with Premier Access or Priority boarding, and those holding a selection of United co-branded credit cards. Group 3 is for economy passengers with a window seat or exit row, Group 4 is for economy passengers with a middle seat, and Group 5 is for economy passengers with an aisle seat. And finally, Group 6 is for those who purchased a basic economy fare. Getting on board, United is in the process of retrofitting these aircraft to a new 3-class configuration, but this particular plane is still in the old 2-class configuration with 39 Polaris business class seats in a 212 layout and 203 economy class seats in a 232 layout. 70 of those economy class seats are Economy Plus, offering 4 inches of extra legroom and an extra inch of recline over the standard seats. Despite being the quote-unquote older cabin, the economy class seats are actually unchanged between this old cabin and the new version. Working my way down to the back, I booked seat 30K for tonight's flight, which is a standard window seat on the right side of the plane. The seats have a slimline design with a blue leather back and base, and a very clean and modern feel overall. There are height-adjustable headrests at the top, with folding sides for extra support, and every economy class seat is equipped with a personal touchscreen entertainment system and USB-A and AC power outlets. Taking a look at what was provided at the seat when we boarded the aircraft, we have a blanket, but surprisingly no pillow, which is a pretty standard item for any mainline carrier in international economy class. Pillows were provided for Economy Plus passengers on the other hand, and I considered grabbing one but managed to restrain myself. In terms of legroom in the seat, standard economy class seats have a pitch of 31 inches, which felt surprisingly spacious for me at 5'10". In terms of storage space under the seat, I was able to get my large backpack under super easily, as there were no seat legs restricting the space. The standard seats have only 2 inches of recline, which is pretty minimal compared to what's offered on certain European carriers operating across the Atlantic. Shortly after we boarded, the cabin crew handed out sanitizing wipes and earbuds for use with the entertainment system. Taking a look at the seat back in front of me, at the top I have my 9-inch touchscreen entertainment system with a headphone port and a USB-A charging port on the bottom edge. Below the screen, the tray table for my seat folds out and is mounted on rails to slide around. Below the tray table, we have a pocket for storing the provided reading materials and any of your own items. Taking a look at what's kept here, we have the safety information card for the Boeing 767-400 and an air sickness bag.
Either under the seat in front of you or in one of the overhead.
The boarding process was efficient and the crew ran it like a well-oiled machine, getting everyone on board for our scheduled departure time of 10 minutes past 7 p.m. Unfortunately, Newark Air Traffic Control had other plans for us, keeping our aircraft at the gate for over an hour past departure time due to the busy evening rush.
Comply with posted and lighted signs.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. We requested to push back from the gate and get going about 15 minutes ago. And just due to Newark congestion and other issues, we are still awaiting a pushback clearance.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we are pushing back as you can feel. So please make sure you're in your seat.
At 8:15 p.m., 1 hour behind schedule, we finally got moving. Our expected flight time over to Dublin is just under 6 hours. Rocketing away from Newark for the just under 6-hour flight to Dublin, we had an interesting departure path that involved circling around and overflying Newark Airport, then Manhattan as we began our heading east towards Ireland. Before dinner service begins, let's take a tour through the entertainment system. The main menu interface has categories for featured content, entertainment, accessible content, maps, kids content, relaxation content, United videos and information, and a help section. These screens are loaded with a bunch of on-demand movies, TV shows, podcasts, and games. There's a good range of things available, with each content type further grouped by other themes. I really don't love how this system is organized, and I find the menus difficult to navigate. The interface also feels a bit dated despite being a relatively new screen. One of the more interesting features is the From the Flight Deck section, which allows you to listen in to the air traffic control communications live, which is pretty neat if you're into that kind of thing. The relaxation section has videos focused on relaxing, improving concentration, and breathing techniques, and the United videos and information sections have details about United's destinations, service offerings, frequent flyer program, and their fleet. You can access the system settings from the main menu screen or along the bottom bar, with the ability to control the display brightness, system volume, the attendant call button, and the overhead reading light. The reading light is really the only thing up on the overhead panel, with no adjustable air vents on this aircraft. Finally, we have the in-flight maps, which have a couple different viewing options and a neat flight information page. Pulling out my laptop to get some work done, I'm able to use a large laptop in these seats, but it is tight. For those trying to work, this can make it a little difficult, but these aircraft make up for it in other ways, like having Wi-Fi available for purchase and AC power outlets accessible to each economy seat to keep your laptop charged up for the whole flight. Connecting to the United Wi-Fi network and heading to the unitedwifi.com web portal, here you can view information about the flight, the weather forecast at your destination, and the list of United's partner websites that you can access free of charge without paying for Wi-Fi. United also offers their personal device streaming service for free, which allows you to access on-demand content through your own device from the United Wi-Fi page. Looking at the content available here, we have movies, TV shows, and kids content, a similar range to what was available on the entertainment screen. If you do need Wi-Fi for broader access, there are several different packages available, starting with the messaging pass that's free and allows you to use Wi-Fi-based messaging apps. The paid passes allow email and web browsing, but no streaming or downloads, with prices starting at $4.99 for 1 hour and $9.99 for the full flight. About 30 minutes after takeoff, the crew handed out water bottles, and another 15 minutes after that, dinner was served. The options this evening are chicken or pasta, and I opted for the chicken dish, which was served in a sweet soy sauce with yakisoba noodles and broccoli. The tray was provided with a barley salad as an appetizer, a bread roll and butter, and a cookie for dessert, along with a plastic cutlery packet and serviette. The main dish was tasty, with a flavorful sauce, but the noodles were super overcooked and a little bit mushy. The milk bar cookie for dessert was also delicious, but definitely a sugar overload. A beverage service was offered with the meal as well, including complimentary wine. Half an hour after it was served, the dinner trays are cleared away and the cabin lights are off for the night, with just under 4.5 hours to go before we arrive in Dublin. Before I settle in, let's take a walk through the cabin. Standing down at the back of economy class, there's a large galley area here, but no lavatories. There are 6 lavatories on board in total, with 4 in the middle of economy class just ahead of my seat row, and the remaining 2 located between economy and business. Stepping inside one of the economy class lavatories, it's impressively clean, modern feeling, and a good size as well. Back at my seat and wrapped in the blanket, let's see how many hours of shut-eye I can get. Three hours later, the cabin lights are back on, and I was moderately successful in getting some rest. The cabin crew are working their way through with the breakfast service now, with about an hour and a half to go before landing, and the sun is rising up ahead of us. For breakfast this morning, we have a small tray with a vanilla yogurt and a cinnamon biscotti. A somewhat interesting combo, but it'll do the trick. Another plastic cutlery packet and serviette were provided as well, and a beverage service was offered.
Will be coming on shortly. Current weather, Dublin, temperature 50 degrees Fahrenheit with light rain and overcast skies. It's been our pleasure having you on board this morning, and thank you.
After breakfast, we began our descent into a very cloudy-looking Dublin.
You enjoy your time wherever your travels take you. If this is home, welcome home. Please stay comfortably seated until the seatbelt sign is off. You may continue to use and charge your phones and other small devices.
Despite the 1-hour delay leaving Newark, we made up some time in the air and are pulling into the gate here in Dublin only 25 minutes late.
So please consider this your first of warnings. Once again, good morning, welcome to Dublin, and thanks for choosing United.
After disembarking, my first stop is passport control, and then baggage claim to collect my checked luggage. Passport control took only a matter of minutes, and my bag was on the carousel 5 minutes later, an efficient end to an easy Atlantic crossing. Thanks for joining me for this trip report with United Airlines, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now for some of my thoughts on the experience overall. United's Economy Class product on their Boeing 767-400 has all the key features of any mainline transatlantic carrier, like in-flight entertainment screens, relatively comfortable seats, and a hot dinner and cold breakfast. There are some standout features like AC power outlets and free in-flight messaging, but other parts that were lacking, with no pillow and the mediocre dinner being the main pinch points. On the whole though, this was an easy travel experience and a seamless way to travel to Europe.